Oh, goodness, goodness. I am leaving our annual pastoral celebration service, and I just had to share some personal memories from through the years. The first time I remember the church honoring my parents as pastor, I was little, maybe 4 years old, something like that, and I was very disturbed because my mom was just crying. My mom and dad were standing at the front of the church, and my mom was just crying, and people were pinning, like with a straight pin, they were pinning dollar bills to her clothing. And that, to a little tiny thing, just looked awful. It was like, what are these people doing to my mom to make her cry? My mother was crying with much joy, and I had no idea what that meant. That's my first memory of pastoral anniversary service. And then my next memory is of getting a music box. The church gave me a music box. I'm sure Jason got something. Lacey wasn't born then. I remember getting a music box, and I remember going and sitting outside. For those of you who are at that old church, it was it was the church prayer room, but it was also a classroom, like a SHCA classroom behind the platform. And I went out that room and sat on the stairs, the steps that led outside there, and I just held my music box and just cried and cried. And I wasn't fully understanding why I was feeling so much emotion, but I knew that I was enjoying it. I was feeling sentiment, it was just a sweet thing. And then I remember all kinds of other fun things. I remember the year they gave my dad a lawnmower, and they rode the lawnmower down the middle of the church. First, they brought in a junky, broken down lawnmower, and then they gave him a nice new snapper mower, which then me and Jason learned to mow our yard on. And then, let's see. I remember the year the church gave us a trampoline. And I'm saying this because, first of all, I'm very thankful. I'm saying thank you to Souls Harbor for loving our family. But I also, in this public forum of social media, I want other people to know how impacting it is when you honor your pastor's children, when you love them, when you take a time to honor their parents and honor them. I have the same, for lack of a better phrase, horror stories. They're not horror stories, but where people were ugly or mean to the pastor's family or pastor's kids. Whoop-de-doo. They're mean to doctors' kids. They're mean to lawyers' kids. Just because your dad's a pastor, don't get me started. My mom always said to us, you are the most lucky person in the world to be a pastor's kid. She never let us cry about somebody talking to us wrong or, whatever. You are the luckiest kids in the world to be a pastor's kids. You get to do what nobody else gets to do. I mean, she never let us be victims because we were pastor's kids. And the church gave her strength and muscle to do that, because they would give us this night of appreciation, and it lasted. I'm 46 years old. Those memories are still with me. I remember that music box. I remember those moments where the church showed love to me as a child. So those people are my heart and soul. I'm saying thank you to the people who were good to me. I'm saying to other churches everywhere, go big, saying you love and appreciate the pastor and his children. Do it publicly. Do it loud. Love loud. It was amazing. And now then it's beautiful to see my brother is pastor, to see his children involved in receiving that love. Many years ago, actually, when Morgan and Madison were still quite small, I started being concerned about them feeling jealousy at not being a part of that, generational thing down the line. Souls Harbor's kept honoring them, but I have been pushing for many years for us to leave the chairs and start getting involved in the platform stuff. And it's a lot of fun to do that. So I got to do that tonight. We did it a few years ago too. I love it. I just love Souls Harbor. I love when people honor each other. I'm just so grateful for you and for Souls Harbor and for the church. I'm so glad I'm a part of the family of God.